What's going on, fellas? We're back at it once again. Second day of the apprenticeship was on Friday. 8 hour shift and not too bad. I'm still don't understand anything. First thing that happened when we went in was, well, first I realized that it was a 5:30 a.m. day and not a 6 a.m. day, and I almost was late because my alarm messed up. But anyway, we got to the place and I just started walking in. I clocked in and all that. They told me I was going to be on the same station, which was nice because I was like, the only thing I know how to do is fix those little bolt things that I showed y'all in the previous video and like attach that stuff, whatever it is. And I was like, okay, so if I get to do that for these 8 hours, then I'll be good to go. And throughout the day, it was just mainly lifting up the struts or whatever they call it and placing it in certain places and then attaching the bolts to the spots they were meant to be at. One thing I will say, man, is that when you work in a warehouse and when you work just around a whole bunch of people, the you get a real quick grasp of the company culture. Now, I knew going into uh, being an electrician apprentice that all trades really have like those bad bunches of people, but man, oh man, I tell you what, the I used to be so distraught on how tough my parents were on me growing up as a kid, but now all I can say is I see exactly why they were, and I'm so grateful that they were, like, because the way some of these people just act like out in public is insane to me. Like, it's beyond insane. And you got people over here, I mean, straight up just saying the most crazy racist things out of line. People walking around saying some crazy. And once again, even though this might sound messed up, it wasn't like racist jokes like towards a friend or something, even though you could still say that's messed up depending on who you talk to. It was like racist joke towards people meant to offend the person. um People threatening to unalive mother frickers with uh calibers of firearms that are deadly. uh you know People spitting on the floor, just walking around, like, dude just walks around, just spits on the floor, like just like making that, I don't want to make the noise into the mic, but like that sound, like when you have to, like something in your throat, and he just spits. I'm like, what the fuck? And we're in a warehouse, bro. And everybody has their own objective, so nobody really talks to each other except for those that are on the same project, I guess, working on the same project at the same time. uh One of the things that I've noticed the most is that a lot of people there, after talking to them, are on the fence about staying there long enough just to either become a journeyman. I think that was the first level, a foreman. I can't remember. And then leaving to go to another company. So, like, they're still interested in being an electrician, but staying at that company, they don't know. Or a lot of them, for the most part, like I ran into 10 people that said that they might stay for as long as the invoice doesn't get paid or something. Because with the way that the apprentice program works that I'm in, is that apparently, they'll pay for you for a while. I mean, they'll let you be in the program for a little bit, get a feel for it, and eventually, before your classes start, the invoices will start to be paid or something like that. And you'll get a notification saying that your first invoice was paid, and that means you're officially locked in. And from that moment on, the way that it works is that if you want to quit after the very first invoice is paid, you're going to owe all of the debt for all the years you were supposed to be in school. And I can understand why, a lot of people feel like that is a big commitment, because, you just can't get out whenever you want. It's like, oh man, or if you do, you can, but if you do, you're paying thousands of dollars. And I can definitely see why people would be like, oh no, that's a big deal. Uh, Other than that, though, the day was pretty chill. We had a 20-minute lunch instead of a 30 because they said that we wanted to take a shorter lunch so we could work a little bit longer towards the end, so that way we could have a little bit of a break at the end or something during cleanup. And like I said, mainly it's just the people you encounter. It's really a hit or miss. I know one guy was telling me that if you go to a certain group or something, like, because everyone has their own section in the warehouse working on individual like stuff, like so the way that it starts is it starts at the front of the warehouse, and you start building the frames, and then by the end of it you're done with the project. So what they were explaining to us was that what that guy was explaining to me was that if you run into someone at one of these stations that don't like you, they can just simply tell you that they don't like you or they don't want you to work there or something. Um, and like, there's not much you could do. He said, as an apprentice, like, you'll just walk around and they'll just get mad at you for walking around and not working. But if you tell them that someone said that they don't want you to work with them, oh well. And I was like, and I told him, I said, I really don't give a shit. I mean, I'm just being honest. I said, I shouldn't say that. I really don't give a crap. I was like, I don't, care. And man, let me tell you, the office politics, I guess this is just at every job, huh? He was going into his long, detailed story about how, it's just like gangs. It's like low tier, off budget gangs. Like, they be whispering amongst each other, talking about something like, oh, did you hear? Johnny Jimbo over there was a certified welder for a year or so. Oh, no way. Sally Sue and Becky Blue over there, they were both plumbers or mechanics. What a bunch of, booty holes. And it's just like, man, I'm sitting there genuinely confused. Like, it's so crazy to me how people really make this their entire life. Like, they really think this is life. Like, what? Like, this is beyond me. Like, I don't know what is going on. And like I said, man, just no home training. That's the main part of this video, y'all, for real. Just like, the lack of home training is insane. People just say the wildest stuff. Like, I'm being really tame right now, as you can tell. Like, I can't say these things on YouTube because this is a new account, and this stuff will probably get this account shut down. But man, it's just the wildest things people say and do and just act like. And you really got to sit there and be like, where are your parents? Here you are, 25, 30, 45, acting like that, saying that, doing that. Like, come on, man. One dude was telling me that he don't like the fact that his girl's new boyfriend pulls up to bring the kids food or something. So he be staring out the window with his tool in his hand, waiting for the dude to look at him so he could make a move on him. I'm like, yo, this is some crazy stuff. I don't know where I'm at or what I'm doing, dog. All I'm trying to do is mind my business, make my money, stay on my mission, and skedaddle. One of the things that I did ask one of the journeymen, a master electrician there, was what's the deal with the being on like site and not out in the field. And I said that in my previous video, but for a quick recap, normally they say the way that it works is that they put you in a warehouse and say that it's in the field, even though they never described that when I applied. I thought I was going to be like shadowing a journeyman or a foreman or a master electrician, and I thought that I was just going to be just shadowing them, behind them, and seeing what they do, and that's how I would learn on site. But actually, I'm just in, like I said, this mega warehouse doing construction, not electricity stuff. But he told me that after, I think second or third year, and more than likely at the start of your fourth year as an apprentice, you'll more than likely go out into the field with someone, and you'll still not be able to do electrical things. Like he said, it isn't until like the last month of your 4 years of an apprentice that you'll probably start working on low voltage stuff. And when you become certified as a journeyman, that's when the company will start allowing you to work on medium to high voltage things. And he was just like, it really depends on seniority and if you want to put in a request. So if you wanted to put in a request to go out in the field, you can, but more than likely, you wouldn't get it because, like I said, it works off of seniority. So the person who's been there the longest will probably have an opportunity to go out into the field way more than the person who just showed up. And he said, sometimes he said it could even be random. He said, even though you're supposed to go out into the field after your second or third year, so that way you have at least 1 to 2 years of in real field experience, like working on houses and construction things, like actual construction sites. And even though you're supposed to have that, you might get it in your first year, or you might not see any on-site in-field experience until your 4th year. You might just be doing things in a warehouse for 3 or 4 years, and your last couple of months they decide to take you out there. But he said it is a guarantee that you will have some kind of in-field experience by the time you become a journeyman and you're ready to apply for the license. So that's the way that it's working. Like I said, I'm taking it day by day. Nothing too crazy. I'm off today, which is Saturday night right now. It's currently 9:33. And then I'm off tomorrow. Then I got to go back on Monday and Tuesday. I got a 12-hour shift. 12 hours back to back, Monday, Tuesday, from 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. on both days. It's because Thanksgiving is next week. And they say that it's nice that they do that. They say they do that because even if you're working 12 hours back to back, you'll have the rest of the week off and you won't have to come back until that next Monday. So I should be working Monday and Tuesday, then be off Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and come back Monday. So 12 hours for damn near a week off, I'll take it. But yeah, one thing I'm not looking forward to, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not looking forward to, is when he told me that when I came back on Monday that I'll be on a different a different thing, like doing something different than I was these previous 2 days. And I was like, damn it, man. Because, of course, I was getting used to and comfortable with, I don't know, those bolts or screws or tying in that stuff to the thingamabob. And I was like, man, just when I'm about to get used to this, they're about to take me off this and put me on something else. And another thing, too, the person he's pairing me up with is apparently someone who's got like one of the worst attitudes in the terminal. Everybody says that they hate him, that they can't stand him. The manager himself told me that he and him are on thin ice. And when they say thin ice, they're really mad. He said they're on thin ice, pal, and that he is 2 steps away from getting terminated. And he just says the craziest things. And, this was the part of the racist stuff I was talking about earlier. He says he's the one that has half the warehouse mad at him. He just says crazy things out of field, and it's just wild. And, oh, Lord, man. Y'all, I just pray, man. Just pray for me, y'all, because Jesus. I don't want to, man. But y'all, I can't even say what I'm gonna say, but I don't want to deal with that, man, for real. Like I'm not in no mood to deal with that. But I understand it's part of the territory. I was watching a whole bunch of videos not too long ago on electrician apprenticeships and just being an electrician. A lot of electricians talk about it. A lot of them talk about when you get out into the field, you never know. It's like a what's that shit called? A pot roast or something? No, potluck or something? Jumbo? I don't know. It's like that. It's like when you never know what you're gonna get. You don't know. Like there are plenty of apprentices out there who go in and have the worst experiences imaginable, and it makes and I've seen that people talk about. Those experiences are the reason why people are quit the trades or don't join or get discouraged and leave because of the experiences they have. Man, I saw one post about some dude saying that he showed up to work, being respectful, being nice, a decent human being, and he went up to a master electrician and smiled at him, shook his hand, and wanted to shake his hand, introduced himself, wanted to say hi, how are you? And I'm gonna be training under you. I'm a new apprentice, and the dude just smacked his hand away. First of all, I can't even say what I was gonna say. But first of all, that's a no. And second of all, the dude told him, he said, I hope that you yourself. He said, you can go yourself. I'm not training you. I don't care about who you are. I don't care about what you represent. I don't care about what you're trying to do. And even my manager told me that. My manager, that's really cool. He even told me that, yeah, some people in here, unfortunately, a lot of them have the mentality of, you're a new guy coming into the trade and they don't feel like training you. And on one side, I understand that. On one side, I get it, because if you're not getting paid extra to train somebody and there's no real incentive to train them and they're just going to slow you down, ask you questions that are going to make you slow your day down, and then you're going to get yelled at if you don't get the things done, I can understand why there's no real benefit to you training somebody and going out of your way to teach them. I can understand that. But at the same time, to be rude and condescending and disrespectful, to straight up do that to them, not only is that extremely dangerous because you don't even know that person, but number two, it's just like, that's just like, man, who the frick frack raised you, Joe, bro? Like, come on, dog. Like I said, in that post, dude said, offer yourself. I'm not training you. And the other guy, manager told me also, yeah, a lot of people, they feel like as a newer person, that number one, you might not even stay that long, so there's no point in treating you nice because you might not even stay that long, or they might be doing that on purpose to get you to leave because they don't want you to take the opportunity away from them. Some people just think that since you're a new one coming in, that you might replace them. You might take their opportunity away from them. But on the contrary, I've seen amazing experiences. I've seen apprentices and people say that they've come into the job, into the trade, and they loved it, that they had an amazing master electrician or a journeyman or a foreman or whoever, and they had amazing co-workers and had a good time. There might have been a couple of bad apples here and there, but it seemed like they had a general good experience. And they couldn't wait to get out into the field, and getting out in the field was one of the best things they did. Becoming an electrician, one of the best things they did. It's too early for me to make that assessment right now. First day was like just overwhelming. Second day is still overwhelming, but I know a fraction of a percent more than I did. I'm going to say this and I'm going to end the video, so I don't want this one to be as long as the last one, but one of the main things that I'm personally thinking about is I truly don't hope that they believe, even for a second, that the little bit of experience I'm getting from being around people who don't want to talk to me or answer my questions or look at me weird is going to be enough for me to eventually grasp the concept of what I'm doing. Because they might be in for a rude awakening if they think that that's what's going to happen, Like, I don't want them to think that, oh, well, we don't have an actual dedicated training system or actual good mentors or teachers. Or matter of fact, we even lied to him and told him that he was going to be under someone, and he's not. He's just around other young apprentices who also kind of don't know what they're doing, just a little bit more than him, that don't want to talk or teach him or nothing. He'll eventually pick it up. He'll just stare at those pipes and all these items over here long enough to get it. I hope they don't expect that. I really hope they don't. Like I said, though, I'll update y'all Monday. I hope that dude, Lord forgive me, but I hope that dude gets sick and don't show up. Not permanently sick, but you know what I mean. I hope there's something, he just don't show up, and I gotta do the same thing I've been doing these past 2 days or something, because, oh man, like, come on, man. But yeah, y'all, that's been my experience so far. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I can bring up. Like I said, co-workers, the ones that I was on the station with these past 2 days, they're pretty chill. They'll talk. And I asked one of the co-workers, I was just like, man, like, I feel bad. He was just like, why? And I just like, because, like, since I'm so brand new, and bro, like, it's so weird because everybody just be chilling. Like, it's like laid back to the point where, like, we'll clock in, do our stretches, talk about safety because we got to have a mandatory safety meeting every morning and every time we come back from lunch, and we have to do mandatory stretches and stuff too. And after we're done doing this meeting and doing the stretching, like everybody just sits around for like 30 minutes just talking. People just walking around talking to each other, and I'm sitting there clueless. I'm like I say, I don't know anything about. I don't know any tools. I don't know any items. I don't know anything. So I'm just sitting there like looking around like, oh, okay. And we'll work for like 15, 20 minutes. And the people that like I'm working with, they'll after 5 minutes, they're just like, all right, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'll be back. I'm like, oh, okay. And they'll spend 20 minutes in the bathroom. Or we're supposed to be tightening this piece, and we're tightening, and then in the middle of tightening the piece, we just stop. And we just go talk, go get a snack, get on your phone and stuff. And like I said, I told one of the coworkers, I said, yo, look, bruh, 110%, if you telling me we can chill, say the word. I'll sit back and chill and relax. I ain't got no problem with that. Please, just if you want to chill, say it. But right now, it just feels weird because since I don't know anything, I don't want the managers to, number one, assume that I'm just like doing nothing unless they're also okay with it. And number two, I don't want them to assume that I'm learning on everything, just being real. I don't want them to assume that I'm learning anything just by associating with y'all. Because y'all are not teachers. Y'all are not mentors. Y'all are not showing me stuff. And I'm not going to, and I can tell y'all right now, I can just tell you right now, the way I learn, I might have to look at something 5, 10, 15 times to pick it up. So, just being real. So he was just like, he just bust out laughing. He was just like, nah, they know you're brand new. You know, they're slowly going to work you into it over the days and stuff. And as the manager walked by, he heard me. He was just like, oh, no, don't worry. Y'all are all doing okay. Y'all doing fine. Like, you don't got to worry about it. Like, if y'all were going slow or something, I'd let you know. Or if we needed to pick up the pace, I'd let you know. And he said that most of the days, some of these specific like parts that people are working on will take 2 or 3 days sometimes just to complete. And he was just like, this is why the manager is not talking to me at this point. It's the coworker. He was just like, yeah, a lot of these projects, every single part that people are working on in groups take like 2 or 3 days to complete, and sometimes even longer than that. And then that's when I told y'all in the last video, he was just like, man, you came in at the perfect time though, because a couple of months ago, we were just sitting around for months because we had no projects to work on. So we would just come in here and sit in the warehouse. And I was like, fuck. Like I said, in my head, I'm like, damn, man, I wish I would have came in at a time like that. That's an easy couple months of pay, man. Like, damn. But yeah, like, they just be chilling. So that's what I do, y'all. I go in, I clock in, and we do the stretching. And I try my best to understand stuff. Like I said, man, like they'll explain something to me and it'll just go in one ear and out the other. Like I'm trying to grasp this stuff, but like I said, it's just like rocket science. They sitting there talking about, hey, they be talking to each other like, hey, yo, can you go grab the strut that's on the side of that cliffhanger over there and then grab the lug nut that's around 32 PSI or something crazy, and then after that, can you get the power drill and then rotate this here thing counterclockwise until it reaches a pressure of 60 BMs, and then can you use the I'm in I don't know. And notice, and I said once again, you'll notice too that some people will just get mad if you ask a question. So I don't even mess with that. Like, there's this country dude there. Like, I'm talking deep country. Like, y'all, no, when I say this, like, this sounds bad. Like, this sounds racist, but no, like, I mean it. And I'm not saying, like he's talking like this. Like, he talks like this. Like, God darn it. And he actually talks like that. At first, I thought he was joking. And, like, I would just laugh or chuckle or brush it off every time he talked like that. But then when he walked away, somebody was just like, yeah, he's deep Southern. And I was like, that's real? He's not impersonating someone? That's serious? He was like, I'm dead serious. That's how he talks. And like, he's one of the dudes that was just like, oh yeah, you probably want to just avoid him because whenever he starts working on a project, like, oh, if he's using the buzz saw, whatever that is, he was like, they're like, if he's using the buzz saw, using the saw to cut these stairs or ladders or something, for the pipe fitting or wiring or something, they're like, if he does that and he makes the wrong measurement or something, he'll get mad and start cussing. And whenever he gets mad, he's the kind of person that just projects his anger to everyone else. And somebody called his name when he was doing just that. He was cutting the metal. I don't even know, cutting some metal, looked like a metal step. I couldn't tell. He was cutting something, and somebody said, "Hey, yo." He was like, "What? God damn it!" He was like, "God damn it, what, motherfucker?" I'm just like, "Are you serious, bro? Are you serious?" And like I said, I tried to ask him a question, and he was just like, "Can you pass me that? Can you pass me that something wrench right there? It's right beside those 2x4s." And I said, "Can I pass you what from the what?" He said, "That goddamn wrench, man. Can you just hand me the wrench, man? It's on the side of these screws." Some shit. And I'm like, I just walked off. I didn't even say nothing. As I was walking off, he said, "Hey, man, hey." And fuck that dude, bro. I don't, like I say, I don't, or frick that dude. I don't know. But yeah. So that's the synopsis. Look, I said it. I didn't want this video to be long. It's about to be another half an hour. But for real this time. That's it. That's the rundown. Nothing too crazy. I was working on the same thing. Found out that a lot of people just don't have home training, and that 90% of people, it seems like, just don't have manners or weren't raised right at all or at all. And yeah, I'm not looking forward to Monday at all. I'm going to enjoy every single microsecond as I can of this weekend. I'm extremely upset already that it's Saturday night. And yeah, I'm going to enjoy every moment. I just got to bulldoze through these 2 12-hour shifts. You probably won't get an update from me from these next couple of days, because I'll probably go straight to sleep when I get home on Monday and Tuesday after working those 12 hours. Just shower, eat, and sleep. But you might see a video from me Tuesday night, and if not, Wednesday morning. And I'll just update y'all on those 2 days and how they went. I hope and pray that I don't catch this dude with this attitude problem, bruh, because we're going to have issues. And just why, man? Out of all people. It's just like, I'm ranting now, see? It's like, and y'all can click off the video now, because this is just personal. Like, this is just, I'm talking religion, but it's just like, I be thinking, it's like you'll be tested when you're about to overcome something. It won't be just as simple as the test itself. It'll be a test to the test. It's like, oh, okay. It's as if God himself is just like, let's see if you're really ready for this. You know what I mean? It's just like, oh, all right, so you want to start a business, huh? So not only do you have to learn the ins and outs of the business, but you also are going to get banned. Yep. Before you even start, your account might just get randomly terminated. So you got to start all over from scratch, even though you didn't even begin. Or, oh, you said that you want to become a patient person. You're trying to work on yourself and become patient. Let me put you in situations where your patience is going to be tested with other motherfuckers or motherfrickers who are going to test your patience all day and your attitude all day. Reminds me of that scene in Bruce Almighty or Evan Almighty or whatever it is, when God was talking to one of their wives and was just like, you think, he said something like, Morgan Freeman was God. He said something like, when someone prays for peace, do you think God just gives them peace, or does he give them the opportunity? Oh shit, I got Discord, Telegram, my bad. Or does he give them the opportunity to be involved in situations where he can learn how to be peaceful in a storm, or if they pray for good times, does God give them good times or allow them to go through bad times so that way they know, okay, I gotta shut this shit off, or does he allow them to go through bad times so that way they know how bad times or good times feel. And then finally, if someone prays for patience, and I've been thinking about this quote ever since they told me that I was gonna be around that dude attitude. I've been thinking about that last quote Morgan Freeman or God said to the lady. He said, "Do you think when people pray for patience that God gives them patience, or does he put them in situations for them to learn what patience is?" And it's just like, Jesus, man, I was thinking all day, why me? Out of all people to be paired up with, out of all stations you could put me on, you gonna put me on with this motherfucker, man. Like, what the freak, frack, patty whack, give a dog a bone. All right, y'all, I'm out. I'll update y'all on Monday, man. I'll update y'all on Monday and Tuesday and tell y'all how it goes. Love you guys.